everything. Carmen,
She
she
is.
is everything. She's a passion, she's love, it's a friendship, and also she's very tender, independent, strong, powerful. I think this is the reason why people usually scared of her.
I agree with
And
that.
with me, I see this connection of the probably passion, I would say,
That's a good connection.
strong character, as a strong personality. And we both dream about freedom.
She is free.
Yes, she
She's unapologetic in what she does. She's very honest with her
Yes.
actions.
I like that she never lies.
No, the version that I did is from Alberto Alonso's Carmen, which is still staged in Kiev. They're still performing there, and in Mariinsky, I think, as well. So that's the version that I know and that I love so much. That was originally created for Maya Plisiecka, who is, well, she herself is an idol for me, not just as a dancer, but as incredible strength of the character that she had. I don't know, that's something that I find inspiration in so many ways. And she's Carmen. So it was back in the days when it was created, I think it was such a huge risk to show a ballet like that in Soviet Union.
Of
And
course.
she, yeah, you know it. So, and
But-
she went for that risk. And she stood up just as Carmen, looking straight in the eyes and doing exactly what she wants to do. There's this character in Alberto Alonso's version that I find very interesting. It's a destiny bull, and she appears when Carmen meets. You know, there's three males in her life, which is Don Jose, who falls for her, which is Escamilla, who falls for her as well, and then there's a captain, Zuniga, who controls everyone, but not her. He wants to, but he can't.
Do you think she loves one of them?
That's again a good question, because I think she's very honest, and that's why she dies in the end, because she starts her, well, due to that version, she starts flirting. She's very flirtatious, obviously, but as you said, she's not a prostitute.
No, she's not.
She starts flirting with Don Jose to avoid getting jailed. So she starts that as a game, in a way. And then in the middle of it, she gets curious, because she sees that, you know, this guy, naive,
He's different.
he likes her, and maybe she likes him too. So she starts to fall for it. And so she falls in love with one man, then she falls out of love, and then she falls in love with another man. And that's when Don Jose, in the end, I don't think he kills her because he loves her that much. I think he kills her because he knows once she falls for other men, there's no way of getting her back.
Yeah.
She's very honest in her actions.
It's so interesting because, for example, in opera, every time when we perform in new house, for example, in new theater, everywhere we have different productions made by different directors. That means we have different philosophy
Yeah.
inside of
Different
every
view, yeah.
production, different view. And I sang already 3 different versions of Carmen. The first production was made when I was in Young Artist Program in Covent Garden by very talented director Gerald Jones here in London. It was my first performance actually in London. And
That's a great memory.
the idea was that Carmen is an Amy Winehouse. And we was
I can see
showing
that.
tragedy of Amy. We was playing this, her destiny. I think she is incredible. And for me, when I was working precisely with this show, it took me a lot to know more about Amy and
Yeah.
to be Amy. in the second version, it was Carmen on main stage of Royal Opera House, Barikowski's production, and it was about Carmen. She is very independent. It's her cabaret show, and she plays with everyone. She takes the power from audience, and she takes the power from everyone. And she says, "You came to watch my show, but no, I will show only what I want. Maybe you will see love story. Maybe today you will see
Maybe
something
not.
different. Maybe not. Depends.
That's a good
what
one.
I want
I like
today."
it.
Yeah, and she appeared. First scene, curtains go up. She sits on the stairs in Escamillo costume, Toreador's costume. After she changed and she sings her famous aria, Habanera, in monkey suit, in gorilla,
Yeah.
gorilla suit, and it's like she's just taking off her clothes, and I think it's a very sexy scene because
Absolutely.
she's removing clothes, but it's a monkey suit, and she sings these words about, oh, love is like a bird, and I think it's amazing. And after she appears, she dressed up as a man. She plays with the characters, and she says that she can be whatever she wants. And it's nothing about love, it's nothing about relationships, it's only about her. That moment that she is free, she is independent, and she kills actually herself. She provokes him to kill her, and this is the reason why it's end up like that. And after she gets up, and she says, "We don't know if I died." It's like it's a game. She plays this game, power game. And third production,
Yes.
it was very classical one. I did in Russia, in my hometown Ufa, and it was story of woman, free woman, gypsy lady.
Yeah.
She was very honest with everyone, and she was curious when she met Don
Yeah.
Jose, because he was different. He finally someone showed respect to
Yeah.
her. Someone was trying to find out finally what she wants, what she likes. Not the, oh, you're so beautiful, pretty and sexy. It's like it's absolutely different approach.
In the Alonso's version, that's also like one of my favorite moments. She can see by who she's gonna get killed, but she knows that it's gonna be the end of her life, and yet she's still choosing to be here. And the very last steps of her, when she gets stabbed by Don Jose, she kind of straighten up. She looks to check who did that. She checks his face. She sees it. She smiles, and then she does two straight steps, and she dies. But I think it's also a strength of that, because she dies as a Carmen as well. She never. She refusing. I think what is hard for the connection that I would probably made, and why I would say that the character of Carmen will still be alive for years and years and years, because it's been always like that, and it's unfortunately still kind of like that, because the concept of a beautiful, hot woman doing what she wants to do without asking anyone's permission to live her life the way she wants to,
And do her mistakes.
yeah, but it's like a red for a bull for the society, because her I think for the society her entire existence is a constant reminder of how fake they are and how unfree they are themselves. So she's being surrounded by, and she's refusing to get controlled by anyone. She's refusing to get tamed. I think I understand that it's probably very pretty intimidating for a man, for any man actually, to meet a woman like that, because there's no way to, you can't find a way to control. If she, just as we said, she does what she wants, if she wants you, she wants you. But if she doesn't, there's no way you can change that. No money or power can change that. When Maya Plisetskaya did it, when she first performed it, it was a very controversial ballet as well for that time. And I think she said on in one of the interviews that she'd been asked about Carmen, she said that she might die, but her Carmen will stay alive forever. And that's what we see, that's what's happening, because that's the character. I have to say that she's my favorite Carmen ever. Again, because I think that this rebellious spirit, the strength, the confidence, the power to be able to just, go for it fiercely, fearlessly, stand up and say that this is what I want. I don't want this, I want this.
As I understood, you like to play strong characters, strong personalities.
Not necessary, which is funny. I would name my personal favorite role and my personal favorite character, I would name Giselle, which is a complete opposite of a Carmen.
Yes, I know.
But I think there is definitely a rebellious spirit in me. I definitely do not like to be following the rule book in my life and to be tamed. So yeah, I guess I do find some connection with Carmen for sure. In the ballet world, you really
you have opportunity to touch a lot of different characters.
Yeah, I feel like it's a huge like actually, because just as you said, I'm passionate about psychology as well, so I find it very it's very liberating and very therapeutical as well, in a way, to be able to portray all these different characters. But do you have the same chance to do any role you want in the opera?
Oh, unfortunately not, because my voice is mezzo-soprano, and my characters usually the difference between soprano and mezzo-soprano, that my voice is very low, and it's dark color, and usually we are playing very strong characters,
sensual,
sexy, powerful, very maybe aggressive, and very rarely we can play some real drama, vulnerable. Yes,
gentle.
I sang Cenerentola. This is different. She is very pure, innocent, and probably Charlotte and Werther, but not many actually. Every character what I will play and I have in my repertoire, they're all very strong, very independent. They're all some kind of the little bit provocative. Or I can also play, we call trousers roles. I play men also sometimes. Because
that's so interesting.
Because we have a lot of operas like Baroque music, in Baroque music, what was written for the countertenors. Or we call them differently as a castrato. But now, after when we had this period that somehow we had not a lot of countertenors, and they gave all these trousers parts for the mezzo-sopranos, for the ladies who has a low voice. And with the men, it's more. Now we're just mixing sometimes, and it's amazing actually to play men. It's it's absolutely different psychology. It's absolutely different body language.
Yeah, body language, and I feel probably it is a different
the power.
Sense. Yeah, for me personally, there's so much easier for me to describe something that I feel with the body language rather than with the words. Not good with words completely.
For us, it's more
It's
difficult because we're using words,
Yeah.
we're using our face
Obviously.
expression, and through the music, through the colors, through the changing of our voice color, we're expressing ourselves. And sometimes
I like
can
it.
see, sometimes I can see that we little bit like trees, we cannot move. Sometimes we're not free with the movements. And why I like to watch ballet, why I like to see how people dance, because you see the expression,
Yeah.
how they show some different emotions. It's amazing.
I think
I want to learn.
I like the storyline ballets a lot because I feel like that's what people are, they coming in the theater to get some emotions. That's something that they missing in real life, or maybe to relieve a certain situation, or I don't know, they coming for emotions, that's for sure.
Of course.
And
Art, it's all about
Yeah.
emotions.
and what you said was the physicality. I feel like for me the honesty on stage is very important. So that's the honesty to me is again in details,
Yes.
in a very small one that probably the audience is not going to see, but I will know it, and it's going to make me feel different. So for me the most honest moment starts when you're completely exhausted physically, because that's when you can't hide.
Yeah.
That's when you're not acting at all, and that's when the realest, the truest you is coming out. That's why it's so it's very raw, and it's very attractive to me to see someone on the edge basically, when they physically so exhausted that they can't breathe, because that's when I'm seeing the real you.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, because it's all about challenging yourself. I
because
like to challenge myself. How I find also how I go into character through the difficulties, and after time it's like a pleasure, it's a joy when you yes, I did it, I found this right emotion, right body language. And now also opera, as you know, opera always was very static.
Yeah.
And opera singers just stand and sang their aria, very stable, just
But it changed
without
now.
moving. Now we are going with the time, because with the technology we now can catch everything, and we have the concentration. Like we are all multitasking. Yes, and it's the exactly same thing. What's happening when people come to the opera? They cannot only now listen to singer who is standing and singing. They need to have some actions.
They have to
And
see, yeah.
opera now is also very physical,
Active, yeah,
very physical, very active. And every production what I done, I had this little challenge with the dancing. In every show I had the professional dancers around, and I was supposed to look good around them and sing also. And I will never forget my last one, when I was singing Dulcinea in Don Quixote. I was dancing flamenco, and my teacher, she was practicing with me after the rehearsal. She was practicing with me in apartment, in the morning, weekend, every day, just to make me perfect. Body was suffering from it. And also after, you need to play on castagnet, you need to dance flamenco, you need to sing. At the same time, you need to flirt with everyone who is around.
That's a lot
and
of
give this
multitasking, right?
and give this energy to the audience. The conductor is asking, here you need to do some piano, forte, put more colors. The French coach says to you, oh, your pronunciation is not right. Here is oh. That means your brain is, and the choreographer comes and says, your leg is little bit, just pull your leg a little bit further, and your hands is not in right shape.
I feel your pain, trust me.
And I had this moment, And also the musician says, oh, in castanets the rhythm is not it's not right. You need to be more precise. And your brain is like, Mamma mia, what's happening? You don't know. It's a lot of panic. And sometimes I feel that little eagle in my head is just running around and screaming, help, help. And now singers, we need to be multitasking, and we need to do handstand and sing. We need to dance on stage. We need to do a lot of things. When ballet dancers will start singing on stage?
I can say from, probably never, and that's for good. There are some ballet where the choreographers trying to explore the connection, to make the choreography more dimensional, I would say, or the characters, larger, wider. So they trying to experiment and to explore with the voice. So usually it's shouting, definitely not singing, because I don't think with my voice.
Or I don't know, but sometimes if you're playing some.
But I do like how you described the when you said that your voice has dark color. I like it because I'm very visual, I think, so I do like that association. Because
Sopranos, for example, usually they sing more tender roles, very sacrificing roles, where they always in pain, very gentle, very pure. They always suffering. It's always drama, and they always die. Mezzo-sopranos do everything to kill soprano. This is how our opera works. But I have some roles. What I wish to sing, as for example, Tatiana in Evgeny Onegin, but I know I never will do.
But do you feel like, I know, it's like, for example, when you have certain physicality and you would be kind of, because, the society usually tend to put you in the box for certain roles, even in life.
But I like to experiment.
So
I like to do some, I like to create, and I like challenges. And I know that because even with sopranos, we have so many. We have lyrical soprano, coloratura soprano, dramatic soprano. Again,
I would probably, if I would be in opera, be dramatic something.
And I think as a mezzo, you have a very rich. If you have a wide range, you can experiment. You can sing with the voice. It's just technical question, how your body will move also. And as a mezzo-soprano, I think we have more opportunities to change our voice and put a lot of different colors. For example, when I start singing, when I was in college, I was soprano. And I was prepared to be Tatiana, to be some in the future Chiu-Chiu-san, Madame Butterfly, some very pure, innocent girl, some very gentle. Probably it doesn't suit my character because I have strong personality. I like challenge. I like to play different characters. But after my voice started changing and I found this more richer and darker color in my voice, and it's naturally I'm naturally transformed to mezzo-soprano. And now I remember, for me it was little stress because I was preparing myself to sing these roles, and I thought, no, I don't want to be mezzo, I will be playing man part, I don't want to do that. And now I'm like, I enjoy to be mezzo. I like to be mezzo.
That's the confidence. That's really good, actually. But what I wanted to ask as well is, so do you think, how do you feel yourself? I understand that you have a very strong character, a strong personality. But I think that there's more layers to any person. So I think you can have a strong personality, but you can also be very vulnerable or pure inside. So
yes,
and that's why I think specifically with women, we're so different and so yeah, just as I said, there's so many layers to it.
Even in
So-
real life,
Yeah.
for example.
So which
When-
roles would you feel more connected to? Like which sort of personalities, I wonder.
I don't like to show my real self.
That's good.
Like-
Me, good.
And
We're
of
definitely
course,
on this.
we all keep acting because,
Yeah.
you know, to protect ourselves
Yeah.
also, to have something for ourselves, to just
Absolutely.
uh,
Yeah,
because
I think,
as an artist, you give a lot already. It's a lot of
Yeah.
energy when you're performing on stage, when you're sharing with people every time. And when I come back home, I just want to leave it that for myself.
True.
And for other people, I'm very strong, very independent, and
Good.
a lot of fun.
That's the answer that I wanted to hear because
Yeah,
yeah, I absolutely agree that
of course, with my dear people, I'm different.
you're the real you. Yes. So I would like to know more about the partnership and because honestly, I'm actually the type of a dancer that I don't really like. So there's, you know, if there's a construction, I would say, for a pas de deux, which is usually, you know, pas de deux itself, adagio, which is the part that a woman and a man dance together. Then there's two solos, and then there's a coda. So as long as I remember myself, I did not enjoy as much to do the variation and to be by myself on stage solo than rather than to have a storyline and have a connection with someone else on stage. So for me personally, partnership is beyond important, and that has to be a very, very specific level of trust between partners. Otherwise, you're not gonna, as an audience, you're not gonna feel the chemistry, and as a performer, you're not gonna feel anything either. So it's not, you know. I love my job because it gives me all the range of emotions that I require to have. So
can
how
say
does the
that-
partnership works in opera?
I can say that I'm a team worker.
Yeah.
I don't like to be by myself on stage. Like, it's even if we are soloists, still I like to build the connection,
Yes.
build the
Be with
relationships, and I don't like when we have specific time for rehearsals, and you arrive to new opera house, you meet new people, and of course you need to, in very short time,
To make a
you
connection,
need to build this connection that people will trust you, that audience will trust, audience will believe you. And I don't like when sometimes some of your colleagues is not appearing for the rehearsals because of something, you know.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, it's common, and we're trying to
That's
just
absolutely
because we all guest artists. We don't have.
Yeah, but that's also it.
You when you sign contract, sometimes you have this clash in between, and you can be late, for example, for 3 days of rehearsals, and your colleagues already started. I know it's difficult, but
Yeah, but I feel like there's a so you know
if
there's
it's
a
only few days, that's
Yeah.
okay. But if it's more, or sometimes we have when artists get ill.
Yeah,
and,
that's understandable.
That's
Absolutely.
understandable. That means you're
all-
trying
yeah.
to create, and we have these 3 weeks to create the whole
Yeah.
opera, to build relationships, and go on stage. And I like when everyone is on the place, we're all rehearsing, we are in
Obviously.
rehearsing room, we are creating, we're bringing something, and we have a chance to know each other. That means when we are on stage, if something goes wrong, because you know when you remember so many things, you have sometimes this blackout
Yeah.
when you immediately
Of course.
just lost. And this is the reason when you need to know your colleague, that means you can give him this support,
Yeah.
and we all will be in connection. We still will not lose the story.
Yeah. And the audience
Where
would
with
not see
you, it's more specific, because when you do lift, for example, you need to trust. You need to
Yeah.
trust your partner, and
I'm-
you cannot do mistake.
true.
Because we are more free with our movements. We're supposed to be very specific with the music,
Yeah.
with the singing, with the words, but with the movements we are more free. Where with you, it's more specific
Yeah.
with the movements, and if something goes wrong, it can be.
That's it.
It's a little
There's
bit
no
dangerous.
chance you're gonna cover it up. So,
Yeah.
but I have to say, I am so lucky. I'm absolutely blessed with the partners that I danced with and that I'm dancing with. I never experienced in my entire professional life, I never experienced someone not coming for the rehearsal just because not coming. So I have to say it's actually shocking to me to know that that's common in the opera, because there's the contractual promises, yes, but then there's the work ethic.
How long is rehearsal period for ballet
For the production?
Yeah, for the production?
It depends. If that's a new creation, it can take up to few months, like 2 to 3 months. Sometimes it takes less. If that's a production that already been done, it can take like 4 or 3 weeks to get back on stage. But if you do guesting again, and the partners, for example, from the other company,
Yeah.
or the other country, or so, that definitely shorten up the term for you to get to know each other and to dance. So
Yeah, this is the thing, that with opera we all guest artists.
yeah, we're
And,
not all guest
but
artists.
you are working precisely in one theater.
Yeah.
That means you know the team.
Yes.
And usually, as I know, you have one partner for.
Not necessarily.
during
It
your
depends
career.
on.
But sometimes
it
I
used to
see
be like that.
couples like.
Yeah, it used to be like that, but I think now it's more and more tend to become. Well, first of all, it depends on the vision of the director of the company.
Mhm.
So that your casting basically depends on that, and yeah, it's different for different companies, and there's sometimes partners are been danced together for like few years, and then they starting to dance with someone else. Sometimes it's different partnership for different productions.
Yeah.
So it really depends. It used to be like
but
that.
still, you know with whom you're
Yeah,
working,
of course.
because you had rehearsals, and you can watch how someone's rehearsing. That means you know the specifics.
Yeah.
Where usually we are
I-
all traveling, we arrive, and it's
I
like, it's
can't
a
really
new
imagine
person.
to just jump on stage like 2 days before and like to do something. I mean,
I
actually,
had that.
actually, I'm like, I can't imagine. Actually, I've done that, but it's not a very. I think for me, it's more about the quality, and it's getting more about my personal sensation after the show, because I definitely work for the. I love my audience, and I love the audience, and I love what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end of the day, what matters to me the most is what I feel after the show.
Yeah.
Because I definitely know myself, the mistakes, the corrections, what I have to work on. But it's ultimately my feeling. It's not based on because audience can be different. The energy from the audience can be different. Some audience are easier to engage with, some are harder with. Productions are different. So if you're going to perform with the expectation, with the depending on how the audience gonna make you feel, or how the partner gonna make you feel, or how the coach gonna make you feel, colleagues, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work for you.
I like to give to audience.
Yeah.
I feel after every show, after every production,
Exhausted,
I'm
obviously, yeah.
exhausted. I'm empty, and I need time
That's-
to recharge.
Yeah, that's
But
the right
I,
feeling.
And I know
Otherwise-
that this show probably I gave a lot to do, and I know that probably if even one person will have to tell me, oh my God, I want to return and come again, or I never been there, but I will come specifically for you. This is the like this is the reason why I'm doing.
I absolutely
To give people feelings
yeah.
through my art.
I think that's the most beautiful. That's a very, very good reminder. That's why I have to say, after performing this dancing, I had one comment from the person when we went out from the theater, and he said that, listen guys, it's incredible the energy that you have, because there's might be some people who feel so low and depressed right now, and they just coming to see the show, and after that they feel this energy like, oh, I'm gonna go and do this, I'm gonna change my life tomorrow. And if that, just as you said, if there's one person in the audience who feel inspired after watching the show or after watching me dancing, that's already a highlight of my career, I would say. Like if there's someone's someone's feelings or someone's life slightly gonna get better or change for better after that, that's all I want from my career.
I think as an artist, our job is to heal the soul. People comes to listen to opera or watch ballet or go and listen to some jazz, go to gallery and watch paintings. Everyone has a different wish, but they healing the soul through the colors, through the music, through the beautiful dance. And we give love, support, and everything what people needs at this right time.
I really like what you said, because I do believe myself as well. I mean, I'm refusing not to believe that there's a higher purpose to life.
We're all supposed to believe that we have some mission, like in this world, to make little bit world better.
Yeah, but also that there's a higher purpose in life than just eating and sleeping. So
true.
So just as you said.
And also it's a gift.
Yeah, it's a huge gift, and it's a huge blessing to both sides to experience that. Yeah. So I do like what you said really, really much, because I think that's the best description of how the art sector can be described and why it's so important, and it's always going to be important because it's healing your heart, your soul. So
art is very important. Also, I have a question, what are you doing when you forget your step?
That's why you rehearse so much, so you actually, there's a muscle memory as well.
Yeah.
So just as you said that you guys learning, there's singers who know several languages, so then in case if they forgot something, they can automatically continue and replace it freely without spending too much time of thinking.
Usually audience never feels that you did and they never noticing that you did some mistake.
So
even sometimes conductors don't notice that you missed the word or you just put something extra there. But like you feel this little 1-2 seconds, seem like it was 1 minute, and everyone know that this was the huge mistake, and after you're walking around and thinking, oh my god, what I did.
So how do you build your stamina for it?
Of course it comes with a lot of training, a lot of technical, like rehearsals, voice training. It's like with the sport, it's like with gymnastic or Ballet, with you guys, we have this, we're training, it's a muscle.
Yeah.
And you keep training. If you're training your muscle well,
that have a muscle memory,
you will keep doing that.
Yeah.
It will be in the right place. You're training your like a diaphragm, you're training your breathing, you're controlling your breathing. And of course it's all, when you go on stage, you don't think about it.
It has to be there.
It has to be there.
So the training happens exactly for that.
So if you don't have that, you will be not able to sing 3 hours of opera. Absolutely. And you're building through the whole piece. You're not starting shouting from the first note. So I'm like, I'm here, and it started, and that's me.
Now that's an appearance.
That means after 30 minutes of singing, you're done. You will not finish, and you need to keep build the emotion, build your your story.
Yeah.
It's emotional also. As I know, a lot of singers, they
Yeah.
do a lot of sport, and it also helps. How
Definitely.
you
Build the stamina.
how you build the stamina.
It's actually kind of similar because I think, just as you said, the training process happening for us to build up the technique and then to feel free on stage. So then, you're perfectly in control of you're not afraid, you're absolutely confident. Then in case of anything, you have enough of stamina and enough of technique abilities to just, fix whatever is happening on stage.
You know your body.
Yeah, so that's very similar. So the entire process in the studio, the everyday work is happening for that, for the freedom
Yes.
on stage. As much as I would love to be elegant, and I can actually be extremely clumsy. To the point of
I'm the same.
to the point of the stage crew of being like, don't touch any props, just you're personally not allowed. So, it's understandable, so can't really question that.
Actually, on stage, I like to do all my stuff by myself. I don't like when backstage crew they like, don't touch that, don't do
I
this.
love my backstage crew so much. Excuse me.
But they love when I know that I can open this door for myself. Like they don't need to stand there and be shaking when if we will miss this my entrance or not. And I know where all my stuff is lying, and I'm always checking for myself. So I'm like, okay, this is here, because we're all humans. We all can forget some stuff. For example, I sang Barbiere de Sevilla, I think, and we have this scene when I write the letter and put it to my shoes. Mm-hmm. And when Figaro asks me, okay, where's your letter? You need to write a letter, and I already have it. I need to say, Eccoli qua. The letter is here, and it's our premiere. And I'm confident. I know that I have a letter there because I put. But when I was running through the steps, somehow this letter just fell apart, and it was filming. And I'm going to this moment. I pick up my shoes, my leg, and I'm so like, no letter. And I need to say, here is the letter. I didn't know what to do. I was just grabbed like that. I was like, here, the letter. I'm not showing anyone, but letter is here. It was like that. Amazing. And the Figaro is just keep laughing. I was trying to not laugh, and there's a lot of curious moments, funny moments.
Funny moments, yeah. But probably one of the qualities that I like in myself is that I'm not afraid to look funny, either on stage or in life. I like to make people laugh, genuinely. So, I think
that's amazing.
You know what I mean?
Because I'm the same. When I'm with my friends, I'm always like craziest, funniest. I'm like keep doing something.
My grandma.
Entertainment.
My grandma once said. And I remember that so well, and I think with the years after she passed away, I think about this phrase more and more because I think there's so much truth and strength in it. She said that, listen, when the life gets harder, the smile should get bigger.
Oh, that's such a nice phrase.
Yeah.